with the party season coming up at Christmas, a lot of people are going to be maybe overindulging, and do be careful when you're drinking. Drink sensibly. And but we just want to show you this morning how you can avoid that dreaded hangover. And joining me is Alan Kavanagh of the Total Cocktail Solutions. Good morning to you. How are you? Okay, let's start off and we go off. There's an old wives' tale going around: beer, then wine, I feel fine. Wine, then beer, I feel queer.
Yeah, it's an old wife tale. It's all down to moderation. It's all down to prevention's better than cure. Whether you drink quite a lot of beer, a lot of wine, you're going to inevitably end up with a hangover the next morning.
People would say that you shouldn't actually mix wine and beers.
You could,
it's not a good one.
Not a good one. Basically, beer goes into the bloodstream a lot quicker. Therefore, if you top it up with wines or spirits, naturally the spirit of the wines go into the bloodstream as well quite quick. So it will determine how your night kind of evolves. As you go.
So beer goes into the bloodstream quicker than wine?
Any carbonated drink will go into your bloodstream quite quick, then followed up.
And we've got to watch with the wines as well, because I mean, you could be sitting in a restaurant and being offered a certain amount of wines. The alcohol volume in them could be totally different.
Just be aware. Say with red wine and white wine, there's quite a lot of tannins in red wine, and some people react different to the red wine. Where white wine, I mean, lovely spritzers, a lot of ice, that kind of stuff. You know, it's not going to be so potent.
So potent on you. And then they say the darker the drink, the heavier the hangover. Yeah.
It's down to how much you drink. It's again an old wives' tale saying if the spirit is darker. Normally, if the spirit is darker, it's aged. That's all.
Right.
It doesn't mean that's going to be more chemicals or more sugars. It's really down to the amount you drink. That's all really.
But a lot of people would sort of go with it that like red wine. You do get it. You get a bit of a worse hangover, bang of a head there with some if you're drinking red wine all night, and because the additives and the sugar additives
tannins,
and stuff,
that kind of stuff, do all add to the hangover.
Okay, now let's move on. The golden rule for cocktails, if you're a cocktail drinker.
Cocktails, and this would be my subject. Basically, if you use single spirit cocktails, like some mojito, those kind of drinks have plenty of different folic acid, fresh fruit, mint, that kind of stuff. That can all have, I wouldn't say health of your health, but it will be definitely a product or a cocktail that you could drink that wouldn't be so full of chemicals or sugars or e-colorings, that kind of stuff.
And like said, go with the ones that involve the fruit.
Yeah, absolutely. Daiquiris, those kind of drinks, all contain fresh fruit. And these are things, a little tip I use, if the cocktail looks a weird colour blue or a weird colour green, it normally has you have colourings in it or something that's probably you're not going to reap the benefits next morning. But keep it simple, clear spirits, nice fresh fruit cocktails.
And with one spirit in it, not these one that has 9 different varieties of
mojito
stuff.
Contains basically just over a shot of Bacardi rum. Anything daiquiris, these all have one single spirit in them, so it's not good. But you can make your night last a lot longer, put it that way.
Now, what about the beers? Because people want to watch the beers as well. People just think, the beers. But some of the foreign beers that we have here have a much higher alcohol content,
a lot of them do actually as well. But again, it's down to moderation. You can simply drink ice with your beer. If you're having a beer, plenty of ice in with the beer, it'll dilute the drink slightly. But there's also different, you can prevent these things from happening before you go out.
Oh, how do you do that?
Have a nice meal, a multivitamin supplement. You can go for this lifeline hangover defense.
Do they work?
They do actually, yeah. Anything that you're going to prevent from the old throbbing headache tomorrow morning is going to work. Pints of water before you go to bed, a bit of toast before you lie down for the night, that kind of stuff. They're all going to
imagine now falling in trying to make a bit of toast at 4 in the morning, I tell you.
But believe it or not, these all kind of work. Water, alcohol, and basically your hangover is going to come from dehydration. Yeah. So anything that you can do to prevent dehydration is your key.
And it always we have a tip graphic here, and just to let you know, there it is there. Don't mix grape and grain. Beware of dark drinks. Fruit is always best. Watch the alcohol content and beware of bubbles. Now that's what we like. Avoid the fizz.
Yeah, again, it goes into your bloodstream a lot quicker.
So cut out the champagne.
I wouldn't say cut out the champagne. Like anything, just moderation. Drink it all in moderation. As again, it does go into the bloodstream a lot quicker. An awful lot of times, your hangover depends on the first 3 or 4 drinks you have in the night.
Oh, really?
It's not the last 2 that you have, it's how you started your night.
Okay, well, if you want more information, www.drinkaware.ie has all the information on that. And do drink sensibly and do be careful over the Christmas period. Alan, thank you very much for that.